You ever check your bank account and feel that tiny panic in your chest? Like, wait, did my money actually grow today? Or is it just hiding, laughing at me? Maybe you invested a little, hoping to see it multiply, and yet the numbers barely move. You scroll your investment app again and again and again just to make sure it's not a glitch. It's like watching paint dry on your future, and somehow everyone else seems to be moving ahead while your money is stuck in slow motion. If that sounds familiar, welcome to Clarity Wealth. Today, I'm going to show you why the first few years of investing feel completely pointless, why quitting during this phase is exactly what 90% of people do, and how you can survive it to reach the moment when your money finally starts working for you. By the end of this video, you'll see exactly how to get through the boring early years and prepare for the snowball effect that can change your life forever.
Hi, I'm here to help normal people just like you, understand how money really works so you can make it work for you instead of blindly hoping for luck or following random advice online. Investing isn't about luck, timing the market, or picking the next big stock. It's about patience, consistency, and training yourself to think long-term. Most financial advice focuses on numbers, charts, or percentages, but the real game is in your mindset. The truth is, the money in your account will never outgrow the person managing it. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why the early years of investing feel slow, how to survive them, and how to set yourself up for the snowball effect that actually builds wealth.
Here's a truth that shocks most people. Nearly 90% of the money you'll ever make from investing happens decades later, long after you've been patient, disciplined, and consistent. The first few years? Almost invisible. Your account looks tiny. Growth feels frustratingly slow. It's easy to feel like all your effort is wasted, like the universe is playing a joke on you. But that's exactly how compound interest works. It's designed to reward the patient. Those early months aren't about seeing results, they're about training you to stick with the plan when the numbers seem meaningless. Think of it as financial boot camp. Your money is quietly growing in the background, while you're learning the mental muscles that will let you handle wealth when it actually arrives. If you quit now, you'll never see the snowball effect. But if you stay consistent, those small, boring early contributions are setting you up for exponential growth in the future. Daniel works a regular 9-to-5 job, earning around $52,000 a year. After rent, bills, groceries, gas, and all the little things life throws at him, he's left with about $250 each month to actually save or invest. No lottery wins, no sudden crypto fortune, just a normal person trying to get ahead, feeling the same stress and frustration you probably feel when you check your account and wonder if it's ever going to grow. One day, Daniel decides to do something different. He opens a basic investment account and sets up an automatic monthly contribution of $75. It's not a huge amount. In fact, it barely scratches the surface of his monthly expenses, but it's something he can commit to without panic. At first glance, it seems almost comically small, but Daniel's decision marks the first step in a journey that, if he stays consistent, will completely change his relationship with money. This is where the story begins. The small, boring, early actions that eventually lead to real wealth. Month 1. Daniel's $75 contribution is deposited. He checks his account and sees almost nothing. Month 2. Small market movements, a gain here, a dip there. The balance crawls along like it's in slow motion. Month 3. The market wobbles. Daniel's account loses a few dollars. Frustration sets in. It feels like watching paint dry on your financial future. Most people quit here. It feels pointless. The numbers are tiny, growth is invisible, and patience feels impossible. But this phase is exactly what separates future millionaires from quitters. The boring phase isn't the bug, it's a feature. It's teaching Daniel patience, discipline, and consistency.
Compound interest is working quietly in the background, even if it looks like nothing is happening. Every small deposit, every month of sticking with it, is building the foundation for the snowball effect that will come years later. Daniel has learned the most important lesson of this stage. Early investing isn't about immediate results, it's about building the mental habits to succeed in the long run.
By now, Daniel does something most people never manage. He stops obsessing over every daily fluctuation in his account. He treats investing like a non-negotiable bill. Automatic, emotionless, consistent. The money goes out, and he doesn't even think about it. Slowly, his mindset starts to shift. Daniel stops thinking of himself as someone who spends every last dollar. He begins to see himself as someone who pays his future self first. This is the identity stage of wealth building. It's not about numbers on a screen anymore. It's about the habits, mindset, and discipline that will allow him to handle real wealth when it finally arrives. At this point, Daniel is learning the invisible side of money: patience, delayed gratification, and the mental muscles that compound just like his investments. The money may still feel small, but the way he thinks about it is growing exponentially. This mindset shift is the most powerful tool he has, and it costs nothing but consistency. By year 2, Daniel begins to see the first signs of the snowball effect. He doesn't suddenly invest hundreds more each month, he simply increases his contributions slightly whenever he gets a raise, bonus, or extra income. $75 becomes $85, then $95. Small, almost invisible increases. By year 5, Daniel has contributed roughly $10,000 of his own money. His account, thanks to market growth and reinvested dividends, shows around $13,000. The profit might look modest, just $3,000, but this is the turning point. His early deposits, which seemed tiny and insignificant, are now quietly working behind the scenes. Compound interest is doing its magic, turning patience and consistency into real, tangible growth. At this stage, Daniel starts to notice a mental shift too. His money isn't just numbers on a screen. It's acting like an employee, steadily working for him while he focuses on life. This is where the boring early months begin to pay off, and the snowball is finally rolling. Around year 8 or 9, something remarkable happens. Daniel's investments start growing faster than the money he's adding. For the first time, his account earns more in a year than his total contributions. The snowball is no longer small, it's gaining real momentum. This is the handoff stage. Daniel stops pushing the snowball and starts protecting it. He no longer stresses about finding extra dollars each month. Instead, he focuses on maintaining consistent habits, letting compound interest do the heavy lifting. His mindset has shifted completely. Daniel isn't just investing money, he's letting money work for him. Small contributions from years ago are now pulling their weight alongside his larger, more recent deposits. The early patience, the boring months, the tiny deposits, all of it finally starts paying off. This is where wealth building stops being abstract and becomes a lived reality. By now, Daniel isn't just seeing his money grow, he's feeling it in his life. He no longer lives paycheck to paycheck, even though his salary hasn't changed dramatically. The difference isn't more income, it's the mindset shift he's developed over years of consistent investing. Daniel now thinks in decades instead of months. He prioritizes his future self over short-term impulses. He stays calm while others panic about market ups and downs. This psychological shift is worth more than any dollar amount. The habits, patience, and discipline he's built make every future contribution exponentially more powerful. By the time most people are starting to think about investing seriously, Daniel is already miles ahead, not because he got lucky, but because he trained his mind to handle wealth before the wealth even arrived.
Here's the harsh truth. Most people quit 4 times before they finally stick with investing. They get bored, impatient, or frustrated, and every time they stop, they lose years of compound growth that can never be recovered. But you don't have to be most people. By staying consistent, even when the numbers feel tiny, you are training your future millionaire self. Start your $75 to $100 a month. Protect it like it's your lifeline. Treat it like rent, automatic, emotionless, unstoppable. And remember, here at Clarity Wealth, we believe that wealth isn't about what you spend, it's about what you don't spend, multiplied by time and patience. The snowball is coming, but it only works if you're still there when it arrives. Your future self is counting on the decision you make today. Stick with it and watch the power of time and compound interest transform your life.